Okay, what we're going to do to get started here is first in your web browser, go to Blogger.com. And what that will do is take you to their homepage. And of course, you already have a Google account. So at this time, you would sign in with your Google account. And I'll click sign in. Okay, now that we're logged in, if you already had blogs, which I do in this case, then you'll see them listed here. But since we're just getting started, let's just focus on this link right up here in the top right hand corner, just about to the top. Create a blog. Go ahead and click on that. Now at this point, you're going to need to title your blog. And as it says below, your blog's title will appear on your published blog. Okay, and then we'll check the address. So I'll call this one Practice Class Blog. And let's see. Practice Class. That's the address here that I'm going to check out to see if that's available or not. So I'm guessing that practice class might be open and it might not. So let's check the availability. Sorry, this blog address is not available. Then sometimes they give you a suggestion, and I'm going to, in this case, take this practice class blog. I'm going to take that one because they say it is available. So I'll check it once again, and it says this blog address is available, so that's good. Then you have to go down here and type in the letters that you see, and then click continue. Okay, now that we've named a blog, now we have to start by picking the template. You can always change these later, and you can also customize them, so don't worry too much. So let's just pick, how about watermark for right now. So I'm going to click on that and then click continue. And then hopefully you get this message, your blog has been created. Okay, now if you look at the customize how your blog looks, you would go here if you're really getting into how the blog looks and feels and you wanted to change some of those items. Let's look at it. Here once again we can click on templates and change those. We can click on the background color and change that. And you can always come back and do these things later. You can change the layout. Right now it's set up for a column on, one column on the right. You can adjust widths of the right sidebar or the entire blog. I tend to leave these right where they're at. And then the advanced, where you can really get into the page text, the color, the font style, and those sorts of things. Okay, so if you do decide to do that, that's okay. You can always come back to that later. So I am going to, and if you make changes, make sure you click apply to blog. So at this time, I'll click back to Blogger. Okay, here's a basic layout of our blog. You can see our headers up here, and we can add gadgets, and here's where our main blog posts would go. And you can see with this template that I've picked, they've already put in some gadgets on the right side, and I can always take these out. Let's preview it just to see how it looks. I haven't made any changes at this time, so let's just preview. Okay, you can see the general layout. You can see where some of these gadgets are on the right, like who's following. They put in an About Me gadget. Of course, I don't have any posts here, but you can see how it looks. You can look at the colors and things like that. And right here it says that in fact is a preview. So I'm going to close that tab and just go back. Since we're on this page, let's go across the top and look at some of the tabs. Posting, the first tab. if I click on that link, it thinks that I want to create a post. And this is also where I could edit posts or other pages. Okay, we won't put a post in right at this time. Comments is the next tab over. This is where if you have comments turned on, you might have to go and read the comments here or approve them if you set them up that way. Third tab over, settings. Again, lots of settings. If I want to tweak the title, let's say here I wanted to make the practice capital in practice class blog for my title. I'm going to do that. Okay, so I can make these sorts of changes here. All sorts of publishing, formatting. Here's where if I click on comments, I can, you know what it said here? I clicked on comments and it says, "Are you sure you want to leave this page? You need to save." So I'm going to click OK to leave this page or cancel to stay on this page. I'm going to click cancel because I want to make sure that since I changed the title here, that I save this. So I'm going to go clear to the bottom and make sure I click save. Okay. Now I can click on comments. Now I can show and hide comments from this point. Who can comment? Anyone or only registered users, and just all those sorts of things that you can take time to figure out later. Archiving, site feed, and so on. Let's talk a little bit about permissions next. Okay, I've clicked on the permissions tab, which is under the settings tab. So we're still in settings, and I'm way over on the far right, and I clicked on permissions. Now this is important because you as the teacher might want to make your blog so it's very tight, so only the people that I choose read it, or maybe you want your blog open to the entire internet. So with that, let's go down and look at some of our choices. Blog authors says you can have up to 100 authors for this one single blog alone. So if you wanted to add somebody, you would do that here. Okay. The next section down, then you need to choose as far as readers. Maybe you only want people to be able to read it. Right now it's set to anybody can read this blog. If I click on the next one over, it's only the people I choose, and that is just what it means. Then it would be password protected. And then the third one, only blog authors can read it. So they're authors, and then they're the only people who can see it as well. So it just depends on what it is you want as the teacher. And experiment with this a little bit.